Centre, bottom, right at the seam, lower the needle down, drop the foot, and I'm ready to go. So I just go forward about 3 or 4 stitches and then back. Pivot and up I go. So I can follow my basting stitching, knowing that the foot's nicely away from the teeth. So I stop there. I'm just going to pop the zip down below the foot and the needle so I can go to the end. That's one side done, and now I can do the other side. And to get close to the other side, again I want to make sure that my needle is to the right because I'm going to go along and pivot this way. So adjust the lever at the back, move the foot over as far as it will go. And on this machine, I can actually move my needle over as well if I want to go a bit further. So I can make sure that the needle is not going to hit the foot and get in the way of the zip teeth as well. There's the zip all finished. So all I have to do now is take out my basting stitches and it's ready. That's not all this foot can do. As well as zip insertion, of course it can also do piping, because with piping you want to stitch as close as you can to the cord. So the first row that I'm doing, attaching the piping to the right side of my cushion front, I'm going to make sure the needle doesn't hit the foot. So it's hitting the foot at the moment, so just raise the presser foot, loosen off and move it over a little bit so that it's out of the way. Tighten it up and it's ready to stitch. So this time I don't have to stitch as close to the piping cord as I'm going to get through the next pass. Stop with the needle down, snip into the piping fabric only, just so I can turn around the corner. And I can turn the corner and continue round. And as I get to the point where the ends meet, I'm going to stop with the needle down and then I'm going to overlap my ends. So I'm going to trim off the top, the overlap, trim that back. And then I'm going to raise the presser foot because the needle is down. Tuck the underlap under. So the underlap is now lapped over the overlap. Lower the presser foot and continue until the 2 rows of stitching meet. So I've placed the back of my cushion on top of the front of the cushion, right sides together, zip open. And then I turn it over and I'm going to stitch around the edge, and I want to make sure that I stitch closer still to the piping cord. So I've turned it over so that I can see the previous row of stitching, and I'm going to stitch just to the left of that. And to make that easier, I can of course move my adjustable zip foot closer to the edge. So as I stitch, I'm going to have my fingers either side of the cord, away from the needle obviously. stitching to the left of the previous row of stitching so that it's really snug on that piping cord. Go all the way around the cushion like this. Here's the cushion finished, it's all turned through, and as you can see